Welcome back to the channel. My name is Thomas Fletcher and I'm the host of the LCSW Network. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor by smashing that like button, by subscribing to the channel, and by sharing this video with your social work colleagues and friends. The purpose of this channel is to create a community of hope and support where social workers can come for relevant news, information, and inspiration. Well, welcome back to Self-Care Saturday. Welcome back to Season 4, Episode 10 of our Self-Care Saturday series. Well, I've got great news, everybody. This is the last episode that I am pitching my not-so-new book, which I published last year in 2022. So this is the last week that we will be talking about an excerpt from chapter 52 of this book that is available. It's still available on Amazon in Kindle. If you're a Kindle member, this book is $0, and originally it was for like $19.99, I think, paperback, but it's been reduced, so I think it's less than $10 now. So this is the last week that I will be pitching this book, and this will be the last week that I review an excerpt from the book. So in today's episode, we will be reviewing from, again, the last chapter in the book, chapter 52. We will be discussing the importance of using the professional quality of life measure as a self-care measurement tool, otherwise known as ProQoL. Okay, and just a quick disclaimer: this video is not being sponsored, promoted, endorsed, or compensated by the people that developed the ProQoL or by any other agencies, etc., etc. Okay, so I just want to put that out there. But I do cite, of course, I do cite the developers of this measure. So let's go over an excerpt here. So in this chapter, we will be discussing an important tool that all licensed mental health professionals should be familiar with and utilizing on a regular basis. This tool that I'm referring to is the Professional Quality of Life Scale, otherwise known as ProQoL. ProQoL is the most commonly used measure of the positive and negative effects of working with people who have experienced extremely stressful events. The measure was originally called the Compassion Fatigue Self-Test and was developed by Charles Figley in the late 1980s. The ProQoL 5th edition was developed in 2009 by Beth Hudnall-Stamm. ProQoL has 30 questions that measure several aspects of professional quality of life, including compassion satisfaction, burnout, compassion fatigue, and secondary traumatic stress. Compassion satisfaction measures the pleasure you derive from being able to do your work. Burnout measures exhaustion, frustration, anger, and depression related to work. Burnout is a subcomponent of compassion fatigue, which is one of the components, which is another component that ProQoL measures. Okay. Secondary traumatic stress is another subcomponent of compassion fatigue, which measures feeling fear in relation to work-related primary or secondary trauma. So ProQoL is a free self-assessment scale that any professional can use and self-score easily. High scores on compassion satisfaction and low scores on burnout, secondary traumatic stress, and compassion fatigue are indicative of professional health. Given the past 3 years that we've all experienced during this global pandemic, I think we all need to check in with ourselves to see how we are doing with regard to the positive and negative effects that our work as mental health clinicians has on our professional quality of life. And in the book, I do include a link to the ProQoL. Okay. So again, if you're not familiar with this scale, please check it out. For again, this is a friendly reminder. I made a video a couple of weeks ago about the ethics of self-care, and in 2021 or either late 2021 or early 2022, the National Association of Social Workers updated the Code of Ethics to include professional self-care as an ethical obligation. So if self-care now is a professional ethical obligation, measuring our professional well-being would also be an ethical obligation, because we can't practice, you can't measure, you can't, if you're not measuring something, it's hard to know where you want to go with it, you know. That's true for everything in life, right? You know. So this ProQoL is a great way to take a temperature, if you will, of your levels of compassion satisfaction, compassion fatigue, secondary traumatic stress, and burnout. All right. So I invite you all to check out this ProQoL. You know, I would say at the very least, it's good to do this ProQoL maybe at least once a year. I would say at the very least, you know, just to give yourself a, you know, just like I talked about in earlier chapter in the book, I talked about the importance of those annual physical exams as a method of self-care. I would say this is no different, you know. And again, you know, it's up to each individual how often you want to self-test yourself with regards to your professional quality of life, right? All right, so I'm going to stop right there, but I want to thank you all. Thank you, everybody, for watching this video. For all the social workers and other licensed mental health professionals, thank you for the work that you do every day, for your clients, for your agency, and for the profession. Please continue to support each other and yourselves. Bye for now.